Good morning, everybody. You are listening to K-Talk Radio, 1640 AM. This is the show, Utah Home Sweet Home. I'm your host, Yoshi Shiraki, and today, our very special guest is none other than a really good friend of mine, Matt Atkinson.
What's up, what's up?
All right.
We gotta start with what today is.
So today is July 25th, 2020, and it also happens to be my birthday.
What? Your birthday? How old are you, 21?
21. Oh, dude, so listen to this story. Speaking of 21, I went with a friend of mine 2 weeks ago to the liquor store. He was having a party, a birthday party at his house, and he's like, hey, do you mind if I make a quick stop? We go into the liquor store, and I'm just kind of following him around. Got my mask on. This guy comes up to me and goes, hey, sir, lower your mask. So I was like, okay. And I lower my mask, right? It's one of the guys that work there. And I lower my mask and he goes, I'm going to need to see some ID.
Wow, such a young man.
And I said, I'm turning 47 in like 2 weeks. He's like, I'm going to need to see some ID. Like really harsh. And I was like, this is, like he was younger than me. I was like, okay. And then he looks at it, he's like, oh, congratulations. You really are turning 47 in 2 weeks. You can see back my ID.
Wow. You know how much women spend on looking younger than they do? And you just have great skin.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Oh, man. So, yeah, that was a pretty fun afternoon. So, yes, so today's my birthday, and should be fun.
I can't even remember what we're supposed to talk about today, besides your birthday.
I can't either.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
All right, let me look at the script. Here we go. So, we're going to talk about the current real estate market due to the COVID. Matt, you were here probably 6, 8. Well, Bailey's been helping me for 6 weeks, so just before that, probably 8 weeks ago, when everything got shut down and all the lending institutions changed.
Yeah, that was amazingly. That feels like 4 years ago.
Dude, you're not kidding.
Yeah.
You are not kidding.
A lot of things have changed.
A lot of things have changed. Yeah, like January, I was talking with a friend of mine. He brought up the point. He's like, do you realize that it was this year when the world was hit with the shock of a professional NBA player crashing in a helicopter?
Oh, yeah.
And passing away.
I was at a Tony Robbins Business Mastery event in January.
Yeah.
That Sunday.
That shocked the world. Kobe Bryant was a worldwide all-star, right? Like,
yeah,
not just in America. And that seems like 4 years ago now.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
And he was like the 3rd week of January or the 4th week of January or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't think anything would be bigger news in 2020 than that.
Right.
It's amazing. So,
well, what's been bigger than that? Really nothing.
Yeah, and there's nothing.
Like this summer's been really chill. We've gone out to the lake, traveling internationally. Chill. We can now,
yeah,
buy tickets to go to the moon as long as you're wearing a mask.
Right.
And if you're a real estate investor.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
And we got to make fun, not to discredit what's happening right now for others, but
yeah,
you and I have an amazing way that we can just be playful, because you can either focus on what's not going well or you can focus on what's going well. And at the end of the day, for most people who are listening to this, unless we're hitting international ties again, there's a lot of opportunity living in America, and I would say especially where this month is the 4th of July, like it's patriotic, and there's a lot of different things happening.
Absolutely.
But if we focus on, hey, we can walk outside and go do a lot of stuff, and invest in real estate, and that's the point of having this show and being able to help other people out.
Exactly. And as Tony Robbins says, I've seen a video of him talking about, we get to decide how we think of whatever it is that we want to think about. So we get to decide if we want to think about it negatively or positively. Nobody chooses that for us but ourselves.
Right.
So why not choose to look at the positive of what's going on?
I totally agree.
So, yeah, absolutely.
You like Tony Robbins?
I do.
Oh, I think I've heard of him once or twice.
Once or twice,
once
right?
Or twice.
Yeah. You may have seen him speak once or twice.
Once or twice.
Yeah. All right. So, if you don't mind, let's dive into this. Can you share what is happening right now in the lending world today since the last time you were on the show? Has it gotten better, worse, the same?
Oh, where do I begin? So some dates that are important, because I talk about this every day, speaking with clients. So I'm going to say lending requirements are stabilizing. So as of right now, at least. So what that means is when we were on the show before, a lot of non-traditional lenders had gone out of business. Jumbo loans, like more expensive houses in 600, 700, 800 plus. Those lending requirements got more restrictive as far as like the loan to value. What that means is the down payment versus what you're borrowing, and or the banks have gone out of business. Home equity lines of credit have gotten reduced on the loan to value because people are concerned, or the banks have just chosen to not do them any longer. So that part's been stabilized and hasn't really changed. What's gotten more strict is due to the forbearance opportunities, which means that due to the CARES Act that President Trump signed, that people could not make payments, and rather than it being considered late on their credit, they could file what's called a forbearance, and it allows them to delay or defer payments, but the payments still have to be made. And each lending servicer is different with how they handle that. So I couldn't just speak right now and say, here's how it generally is.
Got it.
Because it really varies, so I wouldn't want to speak and say this is how it is for video purposes.
Right.
So that's gotten stabilized. The other thing is that's gotten more strict is they're seeing on self-employed borrowers, if they're getting a non-government loan, so like Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, we have to provide one of two options for them to be able to qualify, even though they have self-employment tax returns.
Got it.
They either have to, one, send us a profit and loss statement within 30 days of them going to close, and they have to provide 2 months of bank statements for us to audit, like if they're making money or not.
Gotcha.
Or if they don't provide that, they have to do an audited profit and loss statement. And audited profit and loss statements from CPAs range between, I'd say, $3,000 to $6,000, and most borrowers are not going to go choose to pay to get that to get a mortgage. So that has definitely been more, helps vet borrowers better, because unfortunately if they've had some economic downturn during the 4 months before, then they might not be able to take advantage of the rates to refinance or buy a house. So that came out on June 11th, and we've been able to adapt with it. Now we're barely into a month and a week so far. So those are the changes that have happened since then.
Got it. Okay. Very cool.